February the 3rd, 2020. Guys, you're looking at Earth-facing images of our sun. This starts yesterday on the 2nd and goes through today. This is universal time, but it has the timestamp at the bottom. It's called the Solar Dynamics Observatory. It has several cameras, but it's between the Earth and the sun, basically, as far as the angle that you're looking at. So we do see what's facing us. Now, the dark areas that start at the southern pole of the sun in this image and move north are what's called coronal openings, and we've seen this before. A couple of reasons for doing the video. The sun has been very quiet. We are in a period of solar minimum, and that makes our shields very weak. And what happens when you have these dark openings or coronal holes, you can see the other areas of the sun in this, and it's a lot of magnetic loops going away from the sun. Most of them loop back down unless you have a coronal mass ejection, a filament release, solar flare, something like that. But where it's dark, it's an open canopy to where the energy from the sun escapes that canopy. It's like a clear day here on Earth. And since you're seeing Earth-facing images, that energy is plowing towards Earth very quickly. It will take it about 48 hours on average, depending on the speed of the solar wind, to reach us. And during these times, and you've heard me talk about it in the last 2 years, with the shields weak, we can see an uptick on the earthquakes. Now remember, we just had that 7.7 down south of Cuba, but it rained the entire east coast as far as the buoys offshore. We had some pretty dramatic changes. So we still don't know exactly what caused that quake. We were not in a period of solar wind or any normal stress that you can look at and say, well, this very well could have been the reason for that. That 7.7 quake was very unusual. Remember, it's the one that rocked the skyscrapers down in Miami. And we'll be watching that in the next few days. At the top of space weather, you have a solar wind speed chart, guys, at the top left corner, and it'll give you a very quick indication of when things are changing, because those satellites that pick up the solar wind speed that you see there are also between us and the sun, out at about, a lot of them are at L1, but it gives us 45 minutes or so heads up time depending on the speed of the solar wind. Now guys, pay attention. These links are on our website at BPEarthWatch.com. Most of you have seen the newer site, but if you click there, that gives you all of your earthquake information, SDO that we were just looking at, your buoys, space weather will give you your solar wind speed. All of the stuff that we talk about just about is right here in this group of links. But there are a couple of changes we made. Notice there's a new kind of a heading right here. See that? And on the top video in this section, the live chat has been moved up just under it for convenience. Anyway, just updates on that, guys. It's a heads up. Be safe.